Fox News alert: the Senate confirming Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State by a vote of 57 to 42. 7 lawmakers who caucus with the Democrats voted yes after Pompeo took a secret trip to North Korea over Easter weekend to lay the groundwork for President Trump's upcoming meeting with Kim Jong-un. The president spoke more about the trip earlier on Fox and Friends.
This is a much more dangerous ballgame now, but I will tell you it's going very well. Mike Pompeo did go there. He wasn't supposed to meet with Kim Jong-un, but he did. They arranged actually while he was there to say hello. We have incredible pictures of the two talking and meeting, which I'd love to release if we can. I'll do that. Actually, it's not.
So
a bad
it was just
idea.
a hello, Mr. President?
But no, it was more than a hello. They got along. They were with each other for more than an hour.
Let's bring in Republican Senator from Wyoming, John Barrasso. He is a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Melissa.
So what do you think this means for President Trump's foreign policy?
Well, I think it's good that we now have a Secretary of State on the job. Mike Pompeo is the right person to do it. He has the intelligence and the integrity, the experience to do it. I'm glad to see him confirmed 57 to 42. And in terms of the foreign policy, the world remains a very dangerous place, Melissa. And you see it in Iran, you see it in North Korea, you see it with Russia, other hot spots around the world, what we're seeing in Syria. It's good to have Mike Pompeo there and now on the job.
One of the things at the top of his list has to do with the Iran nuclear deal. Do you think that Secretary Pompeo will encourage the president to pull out of that deal?
Or make it stronger? Look, what we have, Iran with a nuclear weapon, is going to make the world less safe, less secure, less stable. We cannot allow that to happen. But the current Iran deal allows Iran to have a path to a weapon. We know there have already been bad actors. They're developing ballistic missiles. They're using money that the Obama administration gave them as part of the Iran deal. They're using that money for terrorism. They're providing weapons in Syria. I think Iran cannot be trusted under any circumstances, and to have Mike Pompeo on the job is important to work along with President Trump to make sure that we make sure Iran never gets a nuclear weapon.
What did you learn about him during the hearings that you think will shape the way that he manages the State Department?
And not just in the hearings, Melissa. I've traveled with Mike Pompeo to international security conferences. He knows the people. He knows the issues. He's been trained through the military as a graduate of West Point, so he knows the role that military plays, but he's also a Harvard-educated lawyer, member of the law review there, so he knows the rule of law and the importance of doing that. So he's the right person in terms of diplomacy, but we all know if we want safety and security at home, you need to have peace and stability around the world. So Mike Pompeo is the right person to carry that message.
All right. So now going forward, what do you see changing, versus the outlook on our policy right away? What changes do you think will come in North Korea versus if we didn't have Mike Pompeo at the helm?
Yeah, well, I think certainly with regard to Mike Pompeo, the relationship has started. He's been to North Korea, met with the leader there. Mike Pompeo is one that can make it very clear, as can President Trump, that we will not tolerate North Korea with a nuclear weapon. We know they've been doing testing of both the weapons as well as the missiles, and we need to make sure that the whole Korean peninsula does not have nuclear weapons, period.
Senator John Barrasso, thank you so much for joining us.